Aotearoa New Zealand now has 27 key recommendations to government to reduce food loss and waste at scale across the food system in New Zealand. This is the first time we've had an independent, evidenced body of work of this magnitude delivered by the outgoing Prime Minister's Chief Science Advisor, Dame Juliette Gerard, and her very talented team. These recommendations are not only important to government, but they affect every single stakeholder in the food system, from growers to manufacturers to processors to retailers to eaters, consumers, solution providers, food rescue organisations, composters, anaerobic digestions, landfill managers, and everyone in between. So here is a really brief summary of these recommendations. These recommendations are outlined in 5 key themes. The first being system problems, system solutions. We now have the evidence, both locally and globally, that food waste is a system problem, meaning it happens from farm to fork, and everyone needs to work together to reduce food waste across the system. So the solutions that you find under this theme are a national food waste strategy or a national food waste plan, sector action plans, which are collaborative across industry, a legislated reduction target, and ultimately a coordinated approach across the system. Theme 2, measure and monitor. We need to understand not only how much food waste we have in New Zealand, but where that food waste is geographically and across the system, what's driving and causing that waste, what are the current solutions for that waste. So within this theme, you'll see recommendations such as a national, standardized, digitized platform for measurement, so we can all speak the same language, feed into the same platform, and understand what we're working with. Also understanding the volumes of food waste and the opportunities for valorization to upcycling, and understanding the volumes and the opportunities for greater surplus diversion or food rescue. The third theme is preventing food loss and waste at source. These reports outline, and the final report, which was on food waste prevention, showcases that prevention or avoiding food waste is where you will see the greatest environmental, social, and economic impact when it comes to food waste reduction. So the sorts of recommendations in this theme, after having a national strategy, a national plan, and coordinated approach, are around reviewing specifications and the impact that they have on increasing food surplus and food loss and waste. Exploring date labelling and the implications on food waste that this has across the food system, including at the household level, and exploring emergent and novel consumer purchase models like refilleries, as well as evidence-based consumer behaviour campaigns to reduce food loss and waste. Theme number 4, save good food for good people. We need to ensure that we have the infrastructure and the processes and the resource to empower our food rescue networks and to increase the ability to upcycle and valorize food products that are edible and that should be going to people. And theme number 5, capturing value from the unavoidable food waste. There will always be an amount of food waste coming from our food system, and this should never end in landfill. We need diversion mechanisms to ensure that food waste no longer ends in landfill in our future food system. So a few of the recommendations that we see in this theme are linking to the food recovery hierarchy, so ensuring that any surplus food feeds people and then animals and then recovers materials, supporting the infrastructure and the advancement of material and resource recovery from that unavoidable food waste, and exploring a ban from food waste to landfill. We welcome all of these recommendations. The 4 that I will be discussing with government are resourcing coordination across the sector to ensure we're all pulling in the same direction so we are greater than the sum of our parts, reviewing date labelling and turning that into action, industry-wide collaboration for sector action plans to ensure that we all have a pathway to action, and moving toward a ban of food waste from landfill. So please consider these recommendations and how they might affect you wherever you are in our food system.